All right, man, just a tough day for the Red team out there today. I think, first half, I thought our guys battled well. Big stop defensively right before the half, and then, a nice touchdown run by Hawkins that got us back in the game. And second half just never could get anything going and just kind of got wore down, really, bottom line. Got wore down by their offensive line and their defensive line, quite frankly. I think, they kind of dominated the line of scrimmage in the second half, and I think that was obviously the difference in the game. Offensively for us, we'd get something going, we'd get a penalty, get it called back. And just too many false start penalties, just negative plays, self-inflicted wounds offensively to get anything going. And then defensively, just didn't tackle good at all today. And again, I think their offensive line just kind of put it to our D-line.
You talked before the week, leading up to the game, that you knew Kentucky was going to run the ball. To talk about missed tackles, what really goes into kind of Kentucky having this stuff today?
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to run the football, but it's still hard to stop. And so, as all the teams we've played, and defensively, we've struggled. Quite honestly, we all know that we struggled this year tackling. We don't have very much depth there on that side of the ball. We got to get a lot stronger. I think that was pretty evident up front, and really at the linebacker front seven level. And we had guys there several times. We had guys there tonight and just could not get them down, and broke tackles, and then he's going to score because there's nothing else there, because you're trying to put everybody in that box to stop the run, and once they clear that 5 to 6 yard area, there's not anybody else there, and if you don't make the tackle, it's going to be a touchdown, and that's why they had so many big plays.
Is that a matter of angles or strength?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. It's technique, it's strength, it's the proper angle, proper fit where you're at. I think it's all those things, and we got to get a lot better.
Scott, can you comment on what Bowden was able to do? He's a pretty special player.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good athlete, good player. Again, I think for them it starts up front. I think their offensive line's very, very good and solid. One of the better lines we've faced this year. They work well together. They're big. They're strong. And then what it ends up doing is putting one guy on the quarterback. And, if he was able to get away several times today with some big runs. Once he gets in open field, he's hard to tackle. Once he gets to that point, he's going back to his days at receiver that he had early in the year and kick returner. He's hard to handle in the open field for anybody. And he's a special player. And, what they've been able to do the second half of their season with him there, I think they've lost one game maybe since he's been taken over at quarterback. So they limit your possessions offensively. They control the game that way. It's worked out well for them.
Was his first touchdown of the third quarter there kind of a backbreaker? I mean, it looked like at the end of the second quarter, you guys, got the fourth down stop, you got the big touchdown, you're right in the game, and then they come right out.
Well, we grabbed some good momentum, I think, right at the end of the first half. When we stopped them on fourth down, then 2 plays later we score. You're feeling pretty good about it. At halftime, you're down 4. Second half, we couldn't get anything going really offensively, and they didn't really slow down. It was just a bad half for us, whether we got wore down or whatever. I just think, again, if you break it down to one thing, really, it's just the trenches. I just think on both sides of the ball, that's where they won the game.
What was your message to these guys after the game? You're sitting here at 7 wins, eligible, still more to play.
Yeah, well, I said one game doesn't define us for this season. I think we've had a very solid year. I think we've grown a lot from the time we got here in January till right now. But I told them we also, when you go through tough time, when you go through adversity like this, you have to learn from it. You have to, this tastes us in their mouth. They have to carry that on, particularly the young guys that are going to be back as we go through all the off season. And you have those days where you don't want to go to weights. You have those days where you don't want to do things right, where you think about what it feels like in this locker room, so that propel you to work harder next year. And so, and I hate it for the seniors. I hate it for them to have to go out like this, but against this team. But for the young guys, we got to learn from it and continue to grow.
Coach, most of the time you have a 24-hour window to turn around. Obviously, bowl game.
Yeah.
It's not for a while though. Just what's next? I guess how do you guys turn their focus?
Yeah, I think for us, we'll come back in. We'll be in for the next couple of days, and the exams start. We're going to give them about 5 or 6 days off, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go to play our bowl game, and then we'll get them back in and start practicing. And it's really kind of, for us, it's going to be kind of a new season. We're going to put this one to bed. And now for us, these next 3 to 4 weeks, work, fundamentals, try to get better as a football team, try to heal up in some spots, and then, get ready to we'll win a bowl game and carry that into the offseason. What we did this year, we got a lot of promise with this team. We got a lot to build off of. We'll continue to do that. Us coaches will be out recruiting really basically the next week and a half. So we'll be out on the road for that, but that's kind of our schedule for the next week and a half.
Tackling-wise, I guess, like you said, you guys have struggled this year. About as bad as you've seen it this year.
Yeah, it was pretty bad today. It was bad last week too, Syracuse. And, against this team right here, you're going to have a long day if you don't tackle. They run hard. Their backs run hard. Their quarterback obviously can run. And it was one of those days. It's frustrating. When you have a guy there and you just don't get him down, that's frustrating. And as coaches and probably as players as well. But we got to get better from it. We got to continue to learn and grow and as a football team and get better, particularly at that aspect.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.